Welcome, destined souls, to my channel. I call on all souls who have open ears and who are ready to let me be transparent through this channel. I'm finally starting my first video after months of procrastination. So welcome, welcome, welcome. For me being transparent and open, the raw truth that I will have on this channel, the conversations that I want to go into, I'm hoping that this channel can raise the vibration of human consciousness and get us to the next level for where I want this channel to be. An open space where we can all talk and conversate and debate and open conversations to all things spiritual and all things related to humanity and all things that we truly believe can help this become a better place while our souls are here. I'm calling the channel Divine Destinies because, for one, divine. Everything that I feel that is related to the divine. When I say divine, I don't mean God is the specific God that the majority of Christians pray to. I mean divine in the world around us, in the earth, in the water, in the trees, in the birds. I mean the divine in myself. I mean energy. So I think of divine as the universe and the world around me. And then when I think of destiny, I think of journeys, I think of lives, I think of people, I think of cycles, I think of stories. So by combining the divine world with our own destinies, I truly believe that you'll awaken and you'll be able to find your purpose here through this channel. Maybe I speak about something or open up about something and it helps you along your journey, along your destiny. And I truly just want that for people. It sounds a little corny, but as you get to know me, as I get to make content on this channel, I think you'll see who I am. And then you can just kind of make your own opinions. On this first episode, I would love to share with you my moon ritual. I am a believer and a strong follower of the moon and all of the moon's teachings. I have been following the moon maybe for the last 3 years of my life. When I mean following, I mean aligning myself with the cycles, every full, new, waxing, waning moon, blue moon, super moon, every moon. I have a whole ritual and I find some time to connect with the moon, for I really do believe that the moon revolves my emotions and the phases and the stages that my emotions go through. And through following the moon and following the practices that she has, I call her she, I call the moon she, I feel the feminine energy. I am feminine, the moon is feminine, I am emotion, she is emotion. She goes through cycles, I go through cycles. I go through points where I feel a burst of energy and I'm ready to conquer the world. And then I also feel like the new moon when I feel called to rest and to reflect and to prepare. Aligning with the moon has really changed my life, and through me explaining more in the video, I think you'll get what I mean. First, I want to explain how I have a connection to the moon, for I think everyone's connection to the moon is very personal and very different. I am a Gemini moon. If you're into astrology and you're into all that good stuff, you will know what that means. Don't let that be a red flag to leave the channel. Let that be a flag to understand that I love conversation. Communication is key when it comes to my friendships, my relationships. I conversate with myself all day. I talk in my head. I journal every single night. I got proof. I will show you. Conversation just gets me flowing. I am also a Virgo sun, so Mercury is all up in me. It's all up in me. It's all up in me. I'll get, through my chart later on so we all can talk about that. I love astrology, so stay in tuned for that. For one, I was always drawn to the moon, even when I was a little kid. I would find myself sitting on the porch with my dog, watching the moon as it rose, as it sat. I just found myself constantly staring at it, constantly wanting to learn about it, constantly finding the moon, whether that was in TV shows growing up, from H2O to The Vampire Diaries to Secret Circle to Charmed to Twilight, all TV shows containing the moon, or when the moon had a big significance, I always found myself being in love with that TV show. And it wasn't even necessarily for the moon, but it was for all of the supernatural connections that the TV shows would have. And they all used the moon as a significant point of energy, and it showed how it would affect the supernatural creatures. But also in every single one of those shows, it showed how it would affect humans, mere humans as we are. It affects us too. At least it affects me. Maybe not everyone is as aligned to the moon, but once I became connected with my femininity, when I started my cycle when I was about 11, the moon was just always a big emotional connection for me, and I've always felt drawn to it. Colors, that's another thing that makes me feel connected to the moon. I've always been a lover of cool colors. As you can see, I have purple on right now. I love purple. I love blue. I love gray. I love black. I have a white shirt on today, but trust me when I say I always have black on. It stresses everyone out. They always say you're dark skinned, wear some colors that will make your skin pop, and I always have black on. It never fucking fails. But all cool colors, I feel so connected to them, and those cool colors remind me of the moon. When I think of cool colors, I think of the moon. When I think of warm colors, I think of the sun, and I've always felt so drawn to cool colors, even though the warmer colors complement my skin a little more, I would say. Silver too. Ask my sisters, ask my family once you meet them later on down the line through the channel. I always want to wear silver. Silver earrings, silver necklaces. I don't have my nose ring in right now, but silver nose ring. I always want silver jewelry because I love the way that it looks. It doesn't always look the best on my skin. Now I'm not saying it looks horrible on my skin, but I know when I put gold on, you put gold on a dark skin, she looking bomb. Put silver on a dark skin, it's like blending it. You get what I mean. But colors, I associate colors to the moon, and all the cool colors, I've loved them all my life. I'll show you some paintings that I've did, and all of those have cool colors in it. I have to show you my picture wall right here. I mean, look at my damn room. I have gray covers, black pillows. Everything in this room is always this mellow and this dark and this cool and this calming, and I find it calm when I'm with the moon. I'll leave it at that. My cat scared the crap out of me. My black cat, look at my black cat. I have 2 black cats and a gray cat. That's another thing. My cats are all cool colors. This is Linus. Say hi, Liney Boo Boo. He scared me. You cut mommy off. So I would love to explain to you how I make up my moon ritual. When I'm planning my moon ritual, there are certain things that stay the same, and then there are also certain things that forever change. So what I'll do is I'll show how I plan to do this new moon in Pisces, and then you'll get to understanding how I actually break down my full ritual cycle by cycle. So the first thing that I do is I look at the phase of the moon. For the phase of the moon is very, very important. I would love to drop a video directly explaining that. Stay tuned for that. But right now, I'm just gonna, very surface level, I look at the phase of the moon. Tomorrow, it is a new moon. Keep that in mind. After I find out what cycle of the moon it's in, I research what to do on that specific cycle. We know new moons to be about new beginnings, new cycles, starting up new things. Sometimes you're called to rest, you're called to reflect. It's a new time. So since it's a new moon, I know that I'm about to start something new. I always keep that in mind. After going over the moon's phase, I look at what sign the moon is in. For every single moon sign is different. A Pisces moon is very, very, very different than a Sagittarius moon. And very, very different than a Gemini moon. For each moon cycle is a release of a different, what do I want to call it? A different sign. I don't want to say sign, but a different energy. Every single sign has a specific energy, and every single moon cycle gives you energy for that specific sign. So the moon is new, the sign is Pisces, and once I start off with those two specific pieces of information, I do research. I research new moons. I research Pisces. It doesn't even matter if I know all of the information on my head. I could tell you things off the bat, but just for sake of brain dumping, I'll go in, I'll learn it again. I'll grab a few books, I'll do some research online, I'll look up what new moons are good for and what Pisces energy is good for, and then I start to plan from there. So since I know the moon will be new, meaning new cycles are starting, and I know that the sign is Pisces, I know it's a waterable sign, I know it's a mutable sign, I know that means change will come with emotion. That's how I attack it. Then I pay attention to where Pisces is in my chart. I look at my specific chart. I see where Pisces lies. Pisces actually is not in my chart at all, but the sister sign Virgo is in my chart twice. So every single sign has a sister sign, as we may know, or I may teach you one day, and that is Virgo. So since I don't have any Pisces in my planetary chart, I know I have it in my shadow self. And I have to say, I am definitely a person that I don't want to say I'm not emotional. I want to say my emotions don't flow like water. I'm an air moon, and I'm a dominant air sign in general. So I can feel something one moment and I won't feel it the next. It's not like water that can be constant and still there. Like a water sign, they feel, and the emotions are there even when there isn't movement, even when there isn't the air coming along to move it, even when there isn't the fire to scorch it, and even when there isn't the ground to soak it up. Water is constant. Water is fluidity. Water is emotion. Emotion. Without the motion, yeah. We got to get some other elements in there to bring the motion to the emotions, but you get what I'm saying. So now that I know it's a new moon in Pisces, and that's in my shadow self, I know that I need to look at where in my sun sign and where in my Mars sign should I start new things. And for me, I think that means within self and within my motivation, since Mars is a sign for motivation and sexual drive. I know that I need to connect with myself on a new level emotionally. I need emotional change in myself and in what motivates me. Maybe finding an even deeper emotional connection to who I am and to what motivates me and to what can get me to achieve my goals. Being emotionally connected to who I am may be really good for me. I think that may mean a lot more self-care, or not even just self-care, just a lot more self-love, a lot more self-emotion, a lot more maybe new emotions that I need to have for myself. And from there, I already know what the specific time is teaching me. I need new within self and within motivation. And I need that Pisces energy to bring the rain in, to wash everything away. For this new cycle will bring new emotions up for me within myself. This new emotion is going to bring a different type of motivation within myself. For my goals are for me. I have so many goals. that are for myself, that it's crazy. And I wasn't always a person that had goals for myself. I had goals that would benefit everyone around me. And now, I'm trying not to get emotional because I just put in my 2 weeks for my job. And I was staying at that job because financially I was comfortable. I was making a lot of money and it was getting me on the path to reaching my goals because of the financial freedom that I was getting. But I put in my 2 weeks because I was tired. I was tired of the company. I was tired of how I was being treated. I was tired of being in that environment. And that environment was so good and bad. It was so good and bad, but I put in the 2 weeks for myself because I didn't have an emotional connection with the work that I was doing. I didn't have an emotional connection to it. And I like having an emotional connection to my work, to my goals, to my passions, to everything I put my energy into. I like feeling through it. I just never even noticed that. That's probably why I put in my 2 weeks. Building up to this new moon, I think I did a week ago. So when the moon was waning, I was releasing this job because it does not serve the emotional journey I'm about to go on with myself or what motivates me. Do you see what I'm saying? If I'm not making sense, please put it in the comments and I'll try my best to describe more. Basically, above, so below. Above, so below. Above, so below. So as the moon starts a new cycle in Pisces, I start a new cycle in Pisces. And I really do see it in my life because the new job, the new career path that I'm taking really gives me an emotional connection. I'm starting to give tarot readings to other people. I'm starting to give palm readings to other people. I'm starting to just get a part-time job that helps me focus on my passions more. And I just didn't even realize that that's probably why I put in my 2 weeks, because I was delaying it for a while because I knew the job would help me get to where I was going. But then I still wasn't happy. I was still dreading to go to that place every day, to be talked to the way I was talked to be treated the way I was treated. And it just didn't make me happy. So the first day I release doing a plethora of things. First, I'll usually clean the house. I'll clean my crystals. I'll clean the whole damn house. It doesn't even matter if it's the living room and I won't be in there that day. I clean everything. I feel like if I'm walking into I need a new, clean, fresh mind, fresh headspace. I also do a lot of meditations. I have to put you on Elena Alive. This is not a sponsor, but she is someone I'm dying to meet. I will put her link down in the description. She makes amazing meditations for every single moon cycle, and I have never released and celebrated and talked to myself so much other than when I first met her channel, maybe about 3 years ago. And every single moon cycle, she gives us something to go to mentally through a meditation process. And I have released so much through hearing her voice, through her just walking me through something that I needed to release, and affirmatively letting go, speaking. I release anything that doesn't serve me. I cleanse this space of all things that don't serve me. I release things that harp me from reaching my goals. I release people that block my positive energy. I release everything that doesn't serve me. I release the beliefs that I have on myself that block me. I release anything that's standing in the way of me achieving my goals. And sometimes I've asked for that, and then a person's left, and I think, why did you leave me? Not noticing, though, that I just asked to be released of things that are blocking my blessings. And when releasing things, realize that some things you may not think are blocking your blessings are exactly the things that are blocking your blessings. I've had friends leave after affirmatively asking on a new moon to release them. And I'm like, why did we just argue? Why did something just come up during this time and now you're not in my life? The universe seen something that I did, basically. So on the second day, I gather tools. I gather tools for all of my altars. I have like 5 around the house, and I'll put something on every single altar just to make it, flow all together. So I'll get new crystals, new incense, new journaling books. I'll get something new, just something new I'll get to fill the damn room. You get with me? I will just get new things, new tools for the cycle coming up. A lot of times I'll be low on those tea light candles. I run out of them a lot, and I just have to go to Walmart and try to find some, and there was none. I'll stock up on mason jars. I'll stock up on just basically everything, and I'll go to YouTube and I'll watch other content. And that day I just fill myself up with all the Pisces teachings. I'm gonna drown myself in Pisces work. I'm gonna listen to Pisces artists. I'm gonna listen to Pisces music. I'm gonna listen to Pisces frequency. I'm gonna listen to rain. I'm gonna listen to water. I'm gonna listen to everything that makes me feel aligned with the Pisces energy. On the third and final day of the new moon cycle, I set everything in stone. For the last 2 days, the first day, as I said, I release. The second day, I research. The third day, I set everything in stone. I think for this new moon, I'll try to set in stone saving emotional time for myself. I'll go through something and I won't usually emotionally process how much it hurts me. I'll mentally get over it. Like, let's say I fell earlier and on my way to work, I fell off the bus and I scraped my leg. I'll just walk into work. I'm like, oh, I fell. I'm okay. My leg could be gushing and bleeding, and I'll just mentally, oh, I'm cool. 5 hours later, I'm like, oh my God, that really hurt me. Oh my God, I want to cry. And then I'll stop myself because I don't even really think it's weak bitch shit, but it takes me a lot to emotion, like to get my emotions flowing fluidly, to get my emotions flowing constantly. As an air moon, it is hard for me. So I'm gonna try to save space for that, save space to feel. And whether if that's anger or sadness or happiness, I just mentally process everything. Like something good would happen to me and I'll say, oh my God, that's so good for me. I can use that money for this, but I won't sit in the happy. I won't oh my God, I'm so happy. My emotions don't last long. They just don't last long. I'll like I said, I'll mentally process it, but my heart won't feel all the way through it. So this new cycle, I'll put it in my journal. Every day I'll save emotional space for me, and I'll create that space, and I'm going to make time for that space. And I set those in stone by putting it in my journal, and I'll set alarms on my phone, and I'll just put in daily reminders to set this new cycle in stone. And I don't know, it's kind of just how I take the cycle, and I'll take the lesson. And after that third day, I just go on, and I'll listen to the world around me. I'll listen to synchronicities. I'll watch out for angel numbers. I'll feel out people's energies. I'll listen to my spirit guides. I'll pay attention to when things repeat, when I feel deja vu. On that final day, I write down all of my actions and all my intentions for the new moon. I'll write it on a piece of paper. Since it is Pisces season, I'll put an amethyst on top of it, and I'll set an affirmation with that piece of paper. For words are power, and writing it down gives it power. And in that paper, I'm writing my own prophecy. I'm writing what's going to happen. I'll let that paper charge with the energy of the crystal, and I'll put it underneath my pillow. So it will say, I will save emotional space for myself. I start a new cycle of self-love. I start a new cycle of sitting in my emotions, and I'll put that underneath my pillow, and I'll let that flow into my dreams, and I let that sit within my body, and I let that energy soak up in my bed, and I let it soak up in my room. And I don't know, it's something that I've been doing for the last 3 years. And I do have to say, with the cycle, with the sign, I'll have a dream connecting to every new cycle that I had. Sometimes the dream will say the intentions I was setting don't work out for me. I'll get a dream and I'll be like an alert, and maybe a nightmare, something scary will happen, or I'll have a dream that will confirm that I'm on the right path, and I'll dream of all of the goals and sights I had. Like I have a dream 2 weeks later, oh my God, I did save all the space for myself to be emotion. I had a dream about me crying. I had a dream about me laughing. I had a dream about me happy. I had a dream about me saving the emotional space. And Pisces is very fluid within dreams. Many Pisces I know are all dream empaths, and through their dreams they see premonitions and they get messages and they connect to the other side. For Pisces is the last sign, the ending of a cycle, the final release that I think I do need. I think I'll benefit with. Hey Google, is it raining outside?
It's likely. Currently in Homestead, there's a good chance of rain.
I literally hear the rain right now. People can't fucking tell me that this shit isn't real. When I drop my actual ritual of me just doing it and not explaining, you will see that it's raining outside. It rains the majority of Pisces season every single fucking year round. It always fucking rains. And I love the rain, by the way. It's always what brings me calmness. I fall asleep to rain music constantly. I always tell Google, play rain and native flutes. I love rain and native flutes. I need to be just like washing away as I sleep. The water brings me comfort. I always have the water on when I cook too. I do not pay water here. My water's free, and my friends always complain to me about how I have the fucking water on. I always have the water on. It just brings me so much peace hearing the water. So when the other moon cycles come along, I will be sure to do the same, explain how I came up with my ritual, and then I'll share that with you. Even if this video fucking sucks, I'm gonna edit it and I'm gonna drop it, because I've had so much procrastination with this and trying to perfect it that I haven't put out any content. I have another video sitting on my phone right now as we speak, a whole another video. I'm gonna say that I look ugly when I edit it. I'm gonna say I hated my face. I'm gonna say I forgot my nose ring, but I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop it because I really think that people will get what I mean. Thank you, destined souls, for finding your way to this channel. If you got to the end of this damn video, you must really like my energy. I really appreciate it. Please give me just a little like, a little comment, a little share if you could. Get your girl poppin'. And I cannot wait to see you again. Your soul is destined, divinely aligned with the universe around you. Thank you, divine